Almost 1 year after legislation to help veterans and those exposed to toxic water at Camp Lejeune was signed into law, the government has yet to settle a single claim. The Navy says so far about 75,000 claims have been filed under the Camp Lejeune Justice Act. And tonight, 2 Jacksonville widows say the government isn't processing these claims fast enough and they want action.
You basically, poisoned my husband, and I want justice.
How much longer do we have to wait?
Michelle James and Karen Swindler both lost their husbands to cancer. Both men were stationed at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina.
I'm a widow, but I'm not just a widow. I'm a voice.
They met through a Facebook group James started for widows of those poisoned by toxic water on base. James's husband was 53.
On his death certificate, at the moment, it says colon cancer, bladder cancer was secondary, MS. There was just like an array of stuff that he had.
Swindler's husband was just 44.
I lost my husband at a very early age. I had 2 children to raise alone, and that was never our goal, to be a single parent. And they needed their dad.
The government estimates as many as 1 million military and civilian staff and their families were exposed to water contaminated with hazardous chemicals at the Marine Corps base.
All that water all over the base was contaminated.
Attorney Ed Bell, who represents James and Swindler and is the lead counsel overseeing all of the cases, helped draft the Camp Lejeune Justice Act.
Unfortunately, the government knew about it and they covered it up. And so just many people have gotten horrible diseases. And so we designed this statute to give some relief to these folks and have a way they could file a claim.
The law opened up a 2-year window for veterans and survivors to sue the government if their claim with the Navy wasn't resolved after 6 months.
Since the bill was passed, I personally believe that the government was not ready.
James and Swindler filed a claim the first day the window opened and say they have gotten no response.
People are dying. So even as we speak, more Marines are dying. They need this money right now. People have lost their houses. People are suffering. They can't pay their medical bills because of the poisoning.
Florida Senator Marco Rubio has been critical of the Navy and in late May accused it of failing to take action on a single claim. However, a Navy spokesperson says more than 20% of the claims received are currently being processed. Swindler and James now plan to sue, adding to the hundreds of Camp Lejeune cases that have already been filed.
And now that's causing a backlog in the courts. So Judge Diva said that if they're to get through all these cases, what they've got right now, it's going to take 1,000 years.
Well, I think the judge that said that is right. If you took each individual case and tried it to a jury trial, I think he's right. But in every problem, there's a solution. And we think we have a good solution that probably could get most of these cases resolved within 3 years.
A solution he says he hasn't yet presented to the court.
Compensation cannot replace the loss of a loved one, but it can help you to start rebuilding your life and putting some closure behind this.
On June 30th, the Secretary of the Navy sent this letter to lawmakers explaining what's being done to manage the unprecedented number of claims received. That includes creating a new unit dedicated to handling the claims, hiring additional staff, and aggressively pursuing IT solutions.
I just feel like they need to put something in place to go ahead and process these claims and support the families, who have suffered. I've suffered over 30 years as a result of losing my husband. And they need to do the right thing. They need to do the right thing.
It's a message James and a group of widows took to our nation's capital.
I think it's criminal. That's the only way that I can describe it. It's criminal. We're here and we're not going anywhere. And we're going to keep on fighting. So no matter how long you take, we're still going to be here.
Now, according to Senator Rubio, the Department of Defense's online self-registry shows that Floridians are the second most impacted population by the water contamination at Camp Lejeune. And if you spent at least 30 days at Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you have until August 2024 to file a claim. And I've posted a link in this story on our website, firstcoastnews.com.